really excited that we're actually working together on the 5-day reset challenge for the RCSA and greater community. And I know mental health, and I know that the reset challenge is very, very important to you, and it really sort of weaves into the values that you strongly believe in. Can you sort of step that through and why it's so important in these times?
Yeah, thanks, Kirsten. I mean, 2020 has been a unique year in a 20-year career for me. And as a leader, a co-leader of 40 staff, we have seen almost every type of behavior, feeling, anxiety amongst our staff. And as leaders, we also feel that, you know, and sometimes I think we get forgotten. Some of the work that we've been doing around this has normalizing asking the question if you're okay. And it takes time. It takes, you know, what we've found probably 2 or 3 months for people to give you the proper response, to go, actually, I am, or I'm not. What we've seen is whether you're 3 months into this or 30 years into us, some people have really risen to the challenge. We've seen 20-year veterans just crumble. And that's okay. You know, one of the things that we talk about is it's okay not to be okay. You know, this is really unique stuff. But what you can do is you wrap around, we've put in place EAP programs, we have wellness days. We are asking the question with sincerity. And what we're finding is that we're just getting a higher level of trust, support for all of us. So, you know, there is a silver lining to 2020 for us, and we're a tighter team. But it takes effort. And Kirsten, I think some of the tools that you're going to give us as a reset, just a reminder, you know, we know the path, but actually let's just think about how do we rebound? Why should we breathe properly? You know, things like that are really important.
Yeah, and I think that the year, if you know, what I'm hearing a lot out there is people saying, well, wow, where did the year go? And, you know, or they were saying, one other thing I'm loving, and love your thoughts on this one too, is it's given people a really good check on looking at their lives and what's actually important for them, what's important for their family, or, you know, for their hobbies. And it's actually really started to neutralize, and I think bring people down to that key essence of what they stand for. And one of the things that I'm also hearing out there so much is there's some people that have worked so hard through 2020 and they've been juggling so many things and supporting so many people. And I really love that initiative that you have where people genuinely ask how people are. And so often, you know, people flippantly, don't they? They just say, oh, yeah, I'm fine. Whereas I love that through intent over time, when people genuinely want to know, is someone okay? I think that actually is going to be a golden, you know, lining that comes out of 2020 is when people actually do ask, they really do care. And that vulnerability piece, no matter who you are, what you are, and what role you're in, being vulnerable and actually saying, you know what, I'm not okay, or actually I'm having a really off day. People now are actually getting the tools and they're actually listening to hear that response so they can support. And this 5-day challenge is actually all about reinvesting in self, but it's also something that maybe people could actually take back and share with their families. You know, maybe that they start to do a 5-day reset challenge, you know, with their families. But the whole intent of this week initially, though, is spotlighting themselves. There's no one else to worry about. Let's just look at you as an individual.
Be kind. Be kind to yourself. You know.
Yeah. Isn't that a beautiful saying? You know,
I love it.
Be kind.
Yeah. 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 A lot of people are able to reflect it on other people. And I talk about using that pivot to be able to go, if you naturally are kind to someone, now is the time to be kind to you. And it's not a natural trait for people. And they're naturally kind people, but they're outward giving and, you know, fuel you. The other outcome I'm looking at is that we are seeing a greater sense of community within our work environment. People are coming in, and we have working mums that don't come in on Wednesday and they say, I miss not coming to work. And that's a higher order sense of just being together to get through adversity. You know, we're all rowing the ship, you know, the boat together. And I see it, you know, versus in February when everybody was so busy just filling jobs, and it's changed. So I'm not denying it's really, really tough out there though.
No, it is really tough. And I think going into these last 3 months, it's just really important that we go in with our best self. And actually, you know, and you brought up that point, is we're quite often kind to others, but what's going on here, people are often beating themselves up because they haven't quite got to where they wanted to. But it is tough, and it is really important to make sure that we are setting realistic expectations for ourselves, but we're also fueling ourselves. We're looking at what we're thinking about. We're looking at all of the reset and performance pillars, and just making sure we're topping up. You know, if we're in any other industry, you know, even if you're a Formula One racing car, you put the right fuel in, you look after it really well. And I think this year has been a time where we've focused a lot outward. So it's quite nice to be able to have 5 days, you know, and we'll really, really appreciate the time that people share with us, where they can spend 30 minutes a day just working with us, having a general chat like this. We'll also have people sharing their amazing stories as we go through the week on how the challenges are actually being embedded and the wins that they're getting in their lives. So we really hope that you will join us. And Rob, I'm going to really enjoy our conversations as we go through that week as well.
Perfect. I can't wait.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, everybody.